Hello everyone and welcome back to Kona. So we are picking up right where we left off. We are at the general store and I was gonna loop around that way, but a little difficult with the tree blocking the way. So we're gonna go back and check out these houses that were to the south, just because there might be some hot loot back that way. So, man, this is like texting and driving. This is beyond dangerous. I'm trying to look at how far we've got until we're at the house. So there should be a path coming up here. Yeah, here we go. Let's real quick. You got anything in your mailbox? Might actually just leave my car here and go on foot. What do we have? A letter for Gilles. To Mr. Gilles Lachance in southern Manistan. Dear Mr. Lachance, we have carefully taken note of your complaint regarding the collapse of a natural cave on your property. However, given the absence of any actual damage or injury, we cannot move forward with this investigation. The natural cave cannot be considered a personal belonging. Furthermore, your claims regarding the landslides caused by the work in the new DW Inc. mine seems outlandish, as the mine is miles away from your property. Also, it is imperative that you secure your property, as you would be held accountable for any injuries caused by the steep terrain. This is where Crying Wolf leads you. Sincerely, Pierre Valjean, Registrar of Quebec. Alright. So there's a collapsed cave somewhere? I don't know why it has these weird loading screens from time to time. I mean, I guess it's loading in the environment. That was kind of a dumb question, but it shouldn't be anything too, you know.
The crossbow bolt stuck into the wooden stairs reminded Carl of the arrow that was said to have hit Achilles' heel. But who was the intended Achilles this time?
Somebody shooting at Mr. Lachance? Okay, so this is the store manager's place. Guess he, oh, right, I forgot I filled up on wood. I should probably drop that off at the car, but how do I actually see my weight? Oh yeah, I'm heavy. Alright, hopefully we can loot the place with no issues. No promises though. Got the curtains closed. Makes it very hard for me to do my investigative work if you don't leave the curtains open. Is the door unlocked?
The air was freezing.
Oh
right
gosh.
Down to the bone.
Alright, let's start up another fire. Warm ourselves up.
The otherworldly ice had struck again.
Oh.
The woman's hopes and dreams were frozen in eternity.
How do I...
The Polaroid, Carl's long-standing and faithful ally, had seen its share of husbands caught red-handed cheating. There's always something out there waiting to be snapped away.
Yeah, this. There's a frozen human being here. Completely normal.
Carl felt a cool, tingling sensation in his back. Another vision took over him.
Alright, what do we have through here?
Something was hidden under the stairs.
Okay, that is actually really good information.
The man grabbed his rifle. Carl felt a sense of dread in him.
So, Gilles is the guy that we found frozen out back of the general store. So, he must have come home, grabbed his rifle, run out. Maybe he was running towards the store. And that's when the wolves attacked him. And then he got frozen by whatever the beast is. Turn frame. Bertrand Lachance, 1948.
Perhaps their spousal relationship had been cooling down lately.
Brave to argue with the guy holding rifle.
It seemed like secrecy was commonplace in this house.
What do we have here? Giselle's diary.
Vision's veil was lifted, and he was back to reality. A reality in which Giselle, Jill's loving spouse, was motionless, frozen in ice.
Alright. September. Mother once told me when I first met Jill that I hadn't picked the brightest bulb of the lot. And as the years fly by, I'm seeing the truth of her words. Always trust your mother's wisdom. That blackmailing scheme is a prime example of Gilles' brightness. He's like a small dog. He thinks he's bigger than he actually is. He growls, genuinely thinking he's scary, but everyone knows he can be pushed aside with just a little kick. Sorry, lost my place. He truly believes he can blackmail Hamilton, the big boss himself. It's going to be a long time in hell before my poor Gilles can manage to pull off such a feat. After all, Hamilton's a rich, learned, and influential man. Not only is that blackmailing idea bad to begin with, let's be honest, Gilles is way out of his league, but Gilles doesn't even know how he's actually going to carry this out. I don't think he ever would. He's just throwing random threats out loud in the kitchen. He says he'll do it eventually, but I know better. Successfully blackmailing requires masterful cunning, and Gilles is master of nothing. He is a slave and forever will be. I often look at that safe he keeps hidden in the fake wall, in which he stores all these incriminating documents he intends to use, and I just can't come to grips with the sheer ridiculousness of the whole thing. Very kind words about her spouse. Alright, anything actually in here? Looks like they were repainting the whole house. The unpacked boxes suggested they just moved here. Alright, well, that's not very relevant, but how did they just move here if... Isn't he the store manager? Like, hasn't he been doing it for a while?
That window had seemingly been left open for a while, Carl thought. Given the punishing weather, it couldn't have been intentional.
I mean, you don't know that. Maybe they like the cold. I used to... And it's kind of weird to think about, but when I was in university, it would be like 10 degrees outside because I went to school in a very cold area. And I would leave the window wide open. I liked the cold.
Looks like the holes in that puzzle are there to stay.
I mean, I could finish up the puzzle.
The pot was cold, and the stew inside wasn't cooked. It's likely that poor Giselle was slow cooking it before she got snapped. What a waste.
Some steak. That is a massive cucumber / zucchini. I can never tell the difference. I know that's probably dumb to say, but I can never really tell. Oh, Giselle, you have seen better days, my friend. I have yet to find a clock that works. Fair enough.
Moving. What a pleasant activity. Of course, you'll find the record player only to find the records weeks later in some random box.
Okay,
Carl
so
had seen that
safe.
kind of safe before. With its double-layered security system blending letters and numbers, its code couldn't be broken by the common burglar.
How many digits are we working with? So 1 letter, 3 numbers. Why did it pull out the camera? Beautiful picture. Article about the store. Founded by Bertrand Lachance more than 20 years ago.
Along with several more infrastructures in the area, had been acquired by wealthy industrialist William J. Hamilton. Perhaps the village should be rechristened Hamiltown.
That was a bad joke, Mr. Narrator. Is Carl the narrator? Is that what it's trying to say? Founded by Bertrand Lachance more than 20 years ago, the general store, better known as Chez Lachance, is one of Manistan's economic mainstays. Since the passing of its aged owner, however, business wasn't as blooming as it once was. Gilles Lachance, inheritor of the humble establishment, had no choice but to sell everything to William Hamilton, the rich and famous businessman who sparked a major controversy last year when he announced the reopening and expansion of his copper mine. As of now, operations at the general store are expected to remain unchanged despite the change of hands. Gilles Lachance still helms the register. Oh, so Bertrand was like Gilles' dad, I'm guessing. Bertrand ran it for 20 years, passes away. Gilles takes over, and the place is like falling apart, so he has to sell it to Mr. William. But William Hamilton lets him stay on as the manager. That would be why they were moving. I was confused about that.
It felt like old people were all these walls could see for years. The Lachances could hardly be blamed for wanting to freshen things up a bit.
Bertrand Lachance, 1948. Okay, it had me flip this for a reason.
Many boxes scattered about. Carl didn't need to summon his detective training to quickly figure that the Lachances had
what was the number on the back of this necklace? 739. Let's try Lachance 739. Is there an L? Oh no, there is no L. Then either Bertrand or Gilles would be my guess. 739. Oh, Bertrand Lachance. Okay. What do we got here? Compromising file. All right, compromising document. Sorry, I know I pause before I start reading every time. I just don't want to be interrupted by the narrator. It kind of throws off my flow. I would rather he say what he has to say and then I read. William Hamilton is a crook. He has been blackmailing everyone in the village, myself included, like the infamous Seraphine Poudrier. In this document is proof of every bribe paid by Hamilton to the federal authorities in regard to the acquisition of his damn mine. The fact that he has used his henchmen to instill terror within the village will not sway the tribunals down in Montreal, but the fact that he's been bribing government officials surely will. I can already picture it making the front page. The English are all the same. We will prevail. Written with different ink, Hamilton is not only a crook, but a murderer. I do not believe in his remorse. I firmly believe he will pay for his crime. I do not believe in native magic, but I do believe in their vengeance. Okay. Alright. What do we got upstairs? That was where his gun was.
Clearly, there was some major revamping work underway here. The place looked barely habitable.
Polaroid film. Wait, do I actually have a limited amount of
boxes scattered about?
He already said that. Do I have a limited amount of Polaroid shots?
To quickly figure that the Lachances had just moved in. Many boxes scattered about.
I'm hoping it'll say
Carl
new
didn't
stuff.
Need to summon his detective
a box full of Harlequin novels.
Had just moved in. Beautiful portrait of Gilles and Giselle, bound together by the chains of conventional love.
Some cigarettes. I keep picking those up. I don't smoke in real life, so my oh, there was a light the whole time. I knew that. Although why isn't this light on? Burnt out or something? I don't smoke, so I don't know. I'm just not gonna think about it. I don't know if smoking actually does anything or not, but and I already checked the bathroom. Alright, I think that's everything here. Do you have anything in the back by chance? You've got a path. Where does this lead off to? Oh, that leads... Oh, so this must have been the path he took when he was running off with his rifle. Oh. Gosh, ma'am, you have seen better days, huh? Look at her confused little stare. I would be confused too if I was about to be frozen solid. It looks like, was she trying to close the window? Or did she open it to see whatever the beast was and got frozen in the process? What do we have here? Magnet? Alright, yeah, I don't see anything out there, so I guess let's get a move on. How many places do we have to check? There's... Oh, why are there names written on all of the places all of a sudden? Those weren't there earlier. Let's check out Bedard and Roy, the cabin, I think, was the rest stop. That's my guess, at least. How far away are those? Can we walk those? They're kind of far. We'll take the car. Actually, I need to drop off firewood anyways. I have a bunch in my inventory. I can't run right now for some reason. Alright, deposit. Yeah, it was like I thought I had firewood somewhere. I have a gun? Oh right, I found the murder weapon. Let's set that down. I don't want to get in trouble for using a murder weapon. I don't actually know. In the year 1970, did they have criminal forensics well enough to like fingerprint stuff? Because if so, I probably shouldn't be touching this stuff. I could probably drop off a bunch of this. Polaroid film. I need that. Matches. I haven't been smoking. Empty bottle can go up. Pincer. That's a tool, so that could be helpful. I think that'll do for now. Alright. Where are we going? Why does first off, my map is freaking out. Oh, okay, we are actually already at the driveway to the next place. The radio turns off every time I pull up my map. Is it trying to have less distractions? Music plus paying attention to map equals bad crash. Alright, what do we have here? A treasure map. Where is that? A house. Oh, come on, pull out the map. Oh my gosh, what is going on with the map? There we go. Oh, so it's from the Blaze house, start there, and it's like over by this bed. Alright. We'll follow up on that later. Letter from Marie. My sweet Marie, may the treasure hunt begin. I have hidden wonderful little things for you to find all over the village. Following my clues, you are holding in your hands the first map. The hunt begins at my place. You are so clever, I'm certain you will find everything. Martin. Okay, so got ourselves a little bit of a romance going on between Marie and Martin. What's with the alliteration? We have Giselle and Gilles, which were married, which, by the way, that name situation, I would think that they were siblings with names like that, but... Alright, any goodies hidden away for me? Some hardware. Get some light in here. But then Marie and Martin.
Catholic always strives to keep lowly temptations at bay. Obviously, Carl thought, someone in this house wasn't doing a good job at upholding the Holy Bible's teachings.
I don't judge. Looks like someone had to hide their habits. I guess it is the 1970s. It's a bit more, it's a different time, to say the least. Empty gas can. Empty bottle. Alright. I found a key. I was not paying attention to where that key went to. I was more paying attention to all of the goodies this person had hidden away. They had beer, cigarettes, and a key in there. Oh, come on.
What was even the point of locking your door if everyone hid their key in the same place? Carl
I was going to say, that's a pretty...
like his investigator life lacked challenge.
That's kind of a...
The house smelled like incense.
Not great.
The kind that reminds you of the good Lord, of peace.
Don't hide your keys under your mat. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Find somewhere else. Is Is there firewood somewhere? I left all my firewood in the car.
Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore.
Oh, here we go. I'll grab 2 logs. 1 to use in there, and then I should probably just always carry 1 on me so I can start new fires. Would be my survivalist instincts kicking in. Alright, how cold are we right now? Oh, we're pretty dang cold. Alright, that's not pleasant. Light. Here we go. Enough food for rough times. Yeah, I mean, that's quite a bit of food. No loose change in the cracks. Aw, darn, I was hoping for some coins.
Religion was very influential throughout Quebec many years ago. Indeed, it was surprising that Carl did not come across a single chapel since arriving here.
Hard-working people don't have time for church. I'm just assuming. I have no clue why there isn't a chapel out here. It is kind of the middle of nowhere. Oh, TV is on the other side. Oh, so they were facing away. I mean, they have a couch. You can have a chair that's unrelated to the TV. I already checked the fridge. Please close.
The perfect cookie-cutter Catholic family, most likely attending church every Sunday. Who knew that giraffes thrived in the North Pole? The craze for toys was stupefying. The family's mother must have spent her days washing the filth off her kids' diapers.
That's kind of gross.
The empty cradle sent an eerie feeling down Carl's spine, as if minutes ago someone just grabbed the baby and made a run for it.
Weird that there was no light switch in there. Marie's diary.
Jean-Luc Bédard had without a doubt been the closest man in the village to William Hamilton, otherwise known as Uncle Willie.
Where did Jean-Luc Picard come from? Marie's diary. I have a diary just like Mom. Unlike her, though, I don't wear a long face when writing. But I do love to write my thoughts, and about Martin most of all. I love talking about him. I think he loves me too, just like in Romeo and Juliet. People don't like it when I see him, only because he's ablaze. But just like in the story, nothing can stand in the way of true love. I lost appetite, I can't sleep anymore. Every waking hour, intense shivers run through my body. Dad's making me see Dr. Bepro, with his big hands touching me everywhere, his foul breath exhaling all over my face. Yuck, I'm not sick, I'm in love. I love Martin so much, there's nothing I like better than thinking about us playing together like we always do. I wonder if he found the key I lost the other day. He was pretty sad when I did because it's for his dad's garden shed, and Martin has always been afraid of him. I think Martin's dad is a bit like Dad's god. The key fell in a burrow next to the shed. Poor Martin, he cried like a baby, but I still love him. Burrow next to the shed at the Blaze household. Okay. Where are the Blazes? Oh, they're way up there. Okay, well, I don't think we'll be finding that in this episode, but... Ooh. Children's rooms. Creepy. Alright. Let's get some light in here. Works of art from a future artist. Yeah, those are great. What was that last one? Oh, that's a wolf. What? A woof. We are obviously in the French-speaking side of Canada. Sylvie has a diary as well.
The Bedards had vacated the premises. Carl gathered they would be of no help.
Jean-Luc never had a knack for mathematics. Try as he might, he'll never realize that he simply cannot be the father of the child I'm bearing. But how can I be sure? I have to keep this a secret, at least until the time is right when it'll be safe. Dr. Beaupre told me it would start showing soon, that I couldn't keep it hidden forever. Gotta muster courage, he said with his usual condescending tone. Courage to face what's coming, but he doesn't get it at all. For him, I just had some childish affair. He doesn't realize I brought eternal damnation upon myself. Marie is very sick, and Jean-Luc plunges into despair. I told him nothing about the evil growing inside me. Sometimes I get the feeling he can see right through me. My Marie is suffering, and I'm the one to blame. Oh Lord Almighty, why do children have to pay for their parents' sins? So the mom had an affair, and they think that got the kid sick. Anything else in here? Nah. Alright. Little bit of exposition. We at least know where this family went to.
The perfect cookie-cutter Catholic
family. I did not mean to
family,
click that again.
most likely attending church.
How did they draw
Sunday.
the sun? Oh, that is a very fair question. How did they draw the sun? Like, Etch-a-Sketch, you always have to draw in lines. How did they do the windows? Or the door window? These people are practicing some form of witchcraft. I don't get it. Anything out back? I don't see anything, but to be fair, I never really see much of anything. It is quite the raging storm we have. That would be the beast, I suppose. They were talking about that, and to an extent, it makes sense that we can't see. I don't know what kind of monster it would be that can bring a blizzard, but alright, so we can get back to the car, drive down to the Roy residence. Alright, our sanity is going up. I don't think the game has actually explained what sanity does. Maybe it's like some games do hidden sanity mechanics where, I mean, we can obviously see our sanity, but like it can affect things without you realizing it. I should probably have the map out because I have no clue where I'm going. Actually, whoa! Well, I found the place we're trying to be. Alright, this is the... which house is this? The Roy household. Letter for Wilfred. Dear Mr. Roy, I am writing this because I feel guilty. The other day, Martin and I were taking a stroll not far from your house, and we saw that the door to your shed was open. I wanted us to mind our own business, but Martin likes living on the edge. He took a few shiny things, including some bullets. Now, my dad always told me never to play with those things, so I immediately put them back. But Martin hid the other things. I confess, Mr. Roy, I have so many regrets, but you mustn't call the police. You won't call them, will you? My father would be so angry. I will bring back all of your things, I promise. Marie Bedard. I mean, she's a child. I doubt he would call the police on them, but at least I think she's a child. She's talking about love, which makes me wonder if it's like childish love or actual love. Like maybe it's a teenager. Although those rooms did not look designed for teenagers in the last house. Oh. I was sliding. That's actually kind of cool. Alright, doghouse. We'll check up there in just a second. Anything on the trailer? No. Alright. Let's see what we've got in here. We fled. It was getting too dangerous. More people live in North Manistan. It will be safer there. Jean Roy. Empty bottle.
It was a classic Canadian house, except for the absent horde of kids that would normally be swarming about.
Alright, back to looting simulator. There is a lot of looting in this game, I'll say. Phone working. Of course it isn't. Why would it be? Alright, not much in there.
Just one more move and White is checkmated. Game over. It seems the game was abandoned right before the final strike came down.
The Fantasy, page 1. Matho had yet to add murderer to his curriculum. He was fond of new experiences, especially the most thrilling ones, and taking the life of a flesh-and-bone individual who the night before was still able to think, dream, fantasize, calculate, read, held the promise of exhilarating sensations. Unlike Raskolnikov, it wasn't about axing an old... Okay, what am I reading? Okay.
Simone de Beauvoir, Claude Lévi-Strauss, Hannah Arendt, Roland Barthes. Carl was surprised by the literature filling this liberal-leaning bookcase. Could there really be intellectuals dwelling in this far-off land?
Yeah, everybody knows if you live out in the bumpkins, you have to be an idiot. I say as they have a book, like whatever that is. Let's grab up an extra log. Okay. Any loot for us? Does not look like it. I do not like how the doors open in this, and I'm always smacking into them.
The couple radiated something akin to lightheartedness, to freedom. Perhaps some people out there truly found a way to live happily ever after. The photograph was snapped not too far from here, Carl noticed. The couple seemed to be very good friends.
Yeah, it would have been... Are they in front of the fireplace? Yeah, so it would have literally been right there.
A picture of Wilfred in his youth. Carl figured right away that the man must have been some kind of wildlife officer.
Great detective skills, Scott. Oh. Alright. Doesn't look like anything in here. Oh, more of this novel. If you want to read this, go ahead. I'm not going to read it all out. There's this many pages of it. Some ammo. 308 ammo. That's rifle ammo.
All of them were gone.
Alright, do we get a rifle eventually? More of the novel. If you want to read it, go ahead. I will scroll down. Wow, that TV is providing zero light in here. Can get really dark in these households. Alright, last page of the novel. In kind of a weird order, but there you go. I don't know. Reading the beginning of that, it was talking about a guy wanting to snuff the life out of a Jewish lady.
All
I don't
manners
know.
of
That
clothing
just...
were gone, as if the Rois drove out of town with their closet in tow.
Kona-opoly, you win if you pass go. That would be a really quick game. One of the biggest complaints I used to have about Monopoly as a child was those games could take ages. You'd just be at it and at it. Alright, there was literally zero of interest in here. The only house that actually had anything of import was the Lachance household. Which, I mean, I guess not every household is involved in this mystery, but still, you would hope for more. Is there stuff... What is that straight ahead? Oh, there's wolves. And there's like a... I see a window or something. I can't tell if you can see it. It's very difficult to see, even on my end. But, do I have a weapon? I have a crowbar. Can I smack him with it? I can. Wait. Wolf, you want a steak? That was a weak throw. Take the steak. Take the steak. Okay, wait. Pull out the weapon if need be. They do not seem interested in the steak.
Cannot subdue a starving stomach.
Well, they did like the
Appetite
steak.
comes with eating.
Well, didn't have to bludgeon a wolf to death with the crowbar today. Reach object. What is that? It's like a brown triangle? Or, no, it looks like a necklace, actually. There's like wire or something on it. Alright.
An axe. Not too shabby. Carl felt he needed to protect himself.
Oh, can smack a wolf with an axe. Oh gosh, that's kind of brutal. A flare. Okay. Don't know if I really need flares. It hasn't exactly been dark, but... more ammo. More camera film. I haven't actually been taking that many pictures. I don't know if I should be taking more or not. Beer bottle. Is that like the bottle itself, or is it a full beer? I don't know. Well, anyways, I think we're gonna go ahead and call it here. We cleared out these 3 houses. I think we were pretty thorough, so hopefully we won't have to come back. Next time, we'll maybe head up to the Blaze household. I don't know, maybe we'll go around this way. Well, we'll play it by ear. I don't actually know how long the game is. I was told it was kind of short, so I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go along. Yeah, we'll probably go around the lake next time, see what's over that way. Anyways, though, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time for some more Kona. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.